Okay, so we will start. We'll just wait for 1 more minute, just setting up the camera. So I hope I am audible and visible both. Can someone respond?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
All good.
Okay, Mama. Okay. Thank you. ঠিক আছে? হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে. Okay, so we'll start. We are recording also. So welcome all of you.
Good morning.
Okay, so the primary objective of today's session is to just to speak about the forthcoming events which are there, and also I will introduce mental space psychology in a new dimension today. So mental space psychology is something which we are definitely focusing on, and it will be something that we will be also aspiring to make a flagship product of Iqcbs along with quantum. So while NLP is there, hypnotherapy would be there. Mental space psychology also will be one of the forerunners in the country as far as training on mental space psychology and social panorama. So social panorama, we are calendarizing it in next December or January. But mental space psychology, we are calendarizing sometime on 16th and 17th of September. But before that, I think with all coaching, counseling, and other interventions, it has become very, very apparent that people are looking for swift but definitely sustainable shift. Swift shifts are important. Anesthetically, if we see a client or a coach might say that they are feeling well, when they go back, they feel that they are back into the same place where they started from. So I think mental space psychology is something which has been developed by Iqcbs, and Iqcbs has been a forerunner in developing the coaching strategies pertaining to mental space psychology. I personally also have applied mental space psychology and social panorama in my coaching interventions, and they are giving very good results. So mental space psychology is one of the topics which I would be, which Iqcbs would be primarily interested in developing and spreading across the board. Eye movement therapy has taken a backseat for this some time. I was planning to do it in June and July. I was planning to do it in June and July. However, I had to cancel it or postpone it rather because of some other because of some other track meet, because of some other events which had come up. In fact, eye movement therapy, both basic and advanced, I'm planning to do it in November, just before the masters. So masters is from 28th November to 6th December, 26th November to 6th December, or 28th, I think, 28th November to 6th December, which will be a residential. Just a minute. Yeah. So that's about it. Primarily, Krishanu will be launching quantum creativity, right? So all of you are aware that quantum. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you are.
Okay. The screen suddenly went off. So Krishanu would be launching quantum creativity. Again, Krishanu, as you all know, has been researching and studying on quantum, and he would be launching quantum creativity, I think, on 22nd and 23rd of August. He will talk more about it. So if you see Iqcbs as a holistic, and I was speaking to Lakshmi, there will be certain more coaching interventions and counseling and therapeutic interventions which she talked to me about and which we will be probably working on. So what the idea of Iqcbs is, what is Iqcbs looking forward to, is making coaching, counseling, interventions, right, integrating the conventional coaching process. ICF, ACC, PCC is there with other coaching interventions, the SCORE model and the other models which are there. Along with that, intervening perceptual positions from NLP, double disassociation from NLP, right? Speaking about synesthesia, how synesthesia works in therapeutic interventions and coaching and counseling. Along with that, mental space psychology, the way it works, IMP, the way it works, uh, and working as a holistic view. Earlier, it was only a thought that psychological counselors or coaches per se, they use a particular therapeutic intervention and that work or did not work, whatever it is. However, it is seen that I always say that if a coach, if you only have a hammer, all that you will look for is a nail, right? And the fluidity that this conventional approaches have gives a coach, I think it's very, very helpful, right? What are the qualities of a coach? I think the first quality that every coach needs to, or a counselor or a therapist needs to have is being non-judgmental, right? Very non-judgmental. It is absolutely the right of every person to be wrong. It is the right of every person not to be right or correct, in other word, another perspective. It is very, very important for a coach or client to be non-judgmental. That's first. Second, I would say projection, introjections, they are to be taken care of. And although Gestalt is not a part of our curriculum, but I think a lot of Gestalt techniques, right, like closures, right, empty chair, right. So these are also being used. In the NLP practitioners, which are there from 23rd to 27th of July, we will be including some of the interventions, and it will be absolutely according to every NLP standards. And also the SNLP coaching part is included, although I will not be, I'm not looking forward to give the coaching level 1 or 2 at this point of time. Coaching, NLP Master Coach will be one of the topics that we will be covering in Master Practitioners, and a separate 10-session mentoring would be there, which will be covering NLP Master Coach as such. So 23rd to 27th of July and 2nd and 3rd of August, we have NLP Practitioners. 22nd and 23rd of August, if I remember correctly, is a date for quantum creativity. 16th and 17th September, we have mental space psychology. And hopefully, we will also be launching the hypnotherapy. As of now, the ABH, American Board of Hypnotherapy practitioners and masters, probably we will be integrating it with NLP practitioners and NLP later on. Also, there has been a proposal of including NLP practitioners with one of the universities. I'm getting into a discussion tomorrow with one of the post directors of a university, which is NAAC accredited, AA++, NAAC accredited, and yesterday I had a word with them. They are also interested in including NLP practitioners in their curriculum, right? Where they will be certifying along with Iqcbs. And in a different format, we might also do so the discussions with the NLP Master Practitioners, I told you, is in the December, and then probably INT, I will have to take a call whether that would be in November. So that is as far as the forthcoming programs are concerned, right? So Krishanu can now talk about his program on quantum creativity. So you are aware that Create Sustainable Shift has been one of the themes of Iqcbs, and we have already obtained the TM trademark for that. It's being registered. So Create Sustainable Shift will be a part of all our programs. Now the programs will be coming under the umbrella of Iqcbs, and the theme will be Create Sustainable Shift. Right? So that's from my side. Many of you might also have some programs which you have in mind. So the 2 days foundation program from NLP Foundation, it's an invitation to the master practitioners to launch it, those who want to launch it. And if I'm a part of it, we can probably also look into associate practitioner from NLP, from ABNLP being launched. So these are some of the thoughts that we have had. And so that's from my side. If there are any questions that anyone has, Lakshmi, Ruta, Chimama, Megha, Tanzim, you can ask me, or anyone from the classroom. There are some of our members could not come because of the Mahara, the no entry issues which are there in Kolkata today. However, if there are any questions, happy to answer. No questions? So over to Krishna. Request Krishna.
Hello, everyone.
Without pattern.
Track me. Yeah, well, hi.
Track.
Only track me. Now, this is not properly tracked, but anyway.
It's okay.
If you could check the group for a moment, I have just sent a text there. Just a moment. So if you could look at the group, you can see the group, they don't see it. Fine. Now this is something that is cooking up for a while. And if we look at our lives, if we look at this row, and if we look at Iqcbs, and then if you look at Parthada, you will see that this is what's at play. Creativity is the word. There is a bit of an issue with the camera, but I believe that should not be a big problem. Creativity is the word. Now, what is creativity? There are various definitions. You can go to Google, use ChatGPT, and figure out many colorful things. But basically, creativity is the ability to come up with something new, come up with something when there is a problem to be solved, come up with unique ways. And they don't have to be some earth-shattering things like equal to MC squared. They can be very simple things. As I was saying, that at some point, Parthara, probably all of you know, had some experiences which led him to find answers, and he found one. That's an act of creativity. Then there was at some point in time, Iqcbs came into being with certain purpose. That's an act of creativity. All of you are here today for some reason that you are giving up this beautiful Sunday morning listening to boring lectures is testament to the fact that you are also looking for something and giving effort behind it. This very thing is an act of creativity. And we all are creative. They may be contextual, That might vary from one time to another. We might question ourselves, are we creating enough? Are we able to come up with solutions enough? The final question comes that is creativity a teachable skill? And the answer is an emphatic yes. That it is a teachable skill. And this is the core of everything. If we look at our regular lives, getting up from bed, going to sleep, mundane life, nothing heavenly about it. If we look at it closely, we do come up with creative events every now and then. But is there a format? That is a question that we'll be answering in this course. Is there a format? Now, if we look at the subject or the topic, there is a thing called quantum key. What is quantum key? And why quantum? Quantum science per se was discovered some 100 years ago by a bunch of physicists, all of them Nobel laureates and big people, but they never thought of the application of quantum science as we are applying it today. They did it for something else, and then eventually led to the creation of the most deadly weapon on earth. And also it led to the creation of this conversation or the situation that this conversation is possible. We are all using electronics, which is quantum. Without quantum science, there will be no electronics, and we will be back to Stone Ages. So that is one part of application of quantum science. But as we progressed further, scientists realized that there is more to it than just these matters. And increasingly, it became clearer and clearer that us, human beings, people with minds, we are also, in a sense, quantum beings. Because our minds follow the quantum principles, because our mind is quantum. And once that knowledge set in, it cascaded into a number of researches globally. Even today, if we look at it, consciousness research, if you Google it, you will know it's a huge area of work because nobody really knows how all of us are conscious, how even a single cell is conscious, how is it living. Nobody really knows. There are hypotheses, but no laws yet. But a lot of work is going on. We'll not go that far. That's the domain of the academics, scientists, and the Nobel Prize aspirants. We'll not get there. We'll get to the point where it helps us in our daily lives. And there are indeed things that we can draw from quantum science, mix it with other knowledges that we have. And thanks to Partha, we have a hell of a knowledge, huge, inventory of knowledge at our disposal at Iqcbs. One is trying to join. A huge inventory of knowledge at our disposal. And when we were looking at this knowledge and quantum science, keeping them side by side, a number of insights came. And there is a format in which creativity can actually be produced. And I'm very mindful of the word produced, but it seems that quantum science, keeping them side by side, a number of insights came. And there is a format in which creativity can actually be produced. And I'm very mindful of the word produced. But it seems that quantum science, a number of insights came. And there is a format in which creativity can actually be produced. And I'm very mindful of the word produced. It seems that quantum science, a number of insights came. And there is a format in which creativity
I think it's the YouTube which is echoing. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to switch that. I think it's the YouTube which is just give-